Storm Publishing presents The Castleton Affair, written by Benedict Brown and read by George Blagden. Chapter 1. I was sitting at home in my writing room when the kind of adventure I'd always dreamed about knocked on the front door. I initially ignored the sharp rap. I was staring at two piles of papers and had no wish to be distracted. To my left were the notes for the new book I hoped to write, though the story kept changing and I couldn't get a firm grip on it. I knew that I wanted my third novel to be bold and different, not just the same old tired mystery with a tightly defined group of suspects in a country house. The plan was to throw in a dash of intrigue and adventure, but the plot I'd constructed seemed so complex that I was no longer sure it made any sense. To my right there was a stack of legal files from around the time my father disappeared, but their contents had led me precisely nowhere, and I was trying not to think about them. The knocking became more insistent, and it pulled me from my daze. I normally caught sight of people approaching my flat through the front window, but St. James's Square had been quiet all morning, and I'd barely seen a soul. Even pressing my face up against the glass didn't help, so I accepted that I'd have to go out to see who was there.
"Are you Marius Quin?"
A man in a camel trench coat and tweed trilby was leaning against the white column beside the door, as if he didn't wish to be noticed.
"That's right." "The Marius Quin of Marius and Co.?"
He had a terribly flat voice and gave the impression that the answer was of little interest to him. "I very much doubt there's another Marius Quin in the whole of England." He closed his eyes as he replied.
"Just answer the question, please, sir. Are you the Marius Quin of the Marius and Co. detective agency?"
"I am. But if you're a hawker, then I'm not interested in whatever you have to sell." His nostrils flared a fraction as he emitted a cold laugh.
"It's nothing like that, Mr. Quin. I'm here to offer you a job."
I was so taken aback by his nonchalant manner that I didn't think to block the way as he pushed the door open and squeezed past. He took one look at my messy writing room and correctly concluded that it wasn't the place to receive guests, so he continued along my sparsely decorated corridor to the main salon. I was glad that my mother wasn't at home. I would not have looked particularly professional with her fussing over me. I suppose I could have pretended that she was my tea lady, but then she would have called me Marius, darling, and spoilt the pretense. "Can I offer you something to drink?" I asked as he took a seat without being invited.
"I didn't come here for refreshments."
He pointed to the chair in front of him, but I remained on my feet, loitering in my own home.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?